The suspect put a $300,000 price tag on your head. What goes through your mind, Ambassador, hearing the details of this plot as explained today in great detail by the U.S. Justice Department?
Well, I was embarrassed at the low price. I would have thought it would have been higher, but, I guess maybe it was the exchange rate problem or something.
A suspect has been identified in the plot to assassinate Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton. And as you can see from that video, he was incredibly surprised that it would only cost $300,000 to get someone to assassinate him. But considering the fact that Bolton just recently bragged about orchestrating coups in other countries, coups to overthrow democratically elected leaders in other countries, I don't know, I would venture to say that there are plenty of people across the globe who would probably be willing to do it for free, and he should be aware of that. But nonetheless, I do want to go to the next video because you'll get a sense of what I'm talking about here. So in this next clip, we're gonna hear from that interview that I was referring to where he talked about orchestrating coups.
Somebody who has helped plan coup d'etat, not here, but other places, it takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work. You make a lot of enemies. A lot of people want to assassinate you, but I'm a pro at orchestrating coups. Just wanted to put that out there. Now let's talk about the actual suspect here. This is related to the assassination of a top military general in Iran, Qasem Soleimani. This happened during the Trump administration, and that leads to individuals in Iran, top level officials, wanting to retaliate. That's unsurprising. That's what ends up happening when you assassinate officials in other countries. Now, the Justice Department alleged that Shahram Poursafi, also known as Mehdi Rezai, 45, of Tehran, was likely motivated to kill Bolton in retaliation of the death of Qasem Soleimani, a commander of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, and he killed in a US drone strike in January of 2020. Just a few more details from CBS News about this suspect who will not be extradited to the United States because we do not have an extradition agreement with Iran, obviously. Let's watch.
Today, the Department of Justice charged Shahram Poursafi, a member of Iran's Revolutionary Guard, with offering $300,000 to kill Bolton. The FBI says Poursafi, working from Iran, hired operatives to track and then eliminate Bolton, even texting pictures of cash promising payment for the hit. But one of Poursafi's contacts was an FBI informant. Sources tell CBS News another target of the Iranian plot was former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo.
So Cenk, is it surprising that someone would want to assassinate John Bolton?
No, not at all. So let's go over a couple things here. First, this story broke before the Mar-a-Lago story, and at the time, the right wing is saying, like, look at these Iranians, we got to do something about it. The FBI did a great job in foiling this plot. The next day, they're like, the FBI's the worst, dismantle the FBI.
Defund the FBI.
Well, if you defunded the FBI, John Bolton might be dead. So I'm glad that he's not. I'm glad that our law enforcement did a good job in protecting him, and we have to protect our own, etc. Now, having said that, is it outrageous that there would be an assassination attempt on John Bolton? No, it's not outrageous, it's logical. He was the national security advisor for Trump. Trump killed the Revolutionary Guard Corps commander, Qasem Soleimani, who is basically a national security advisor in Iran. So they would want to do likewise. Like, we have such an absurd bias in America. Like, you could be outraged by it and you say, oh, that's terrible, and it is, right? But you can't say like that it's shocking or outrageous. Why is it not shocking or outrageous when we kill them? But yeah, like news anchors in America genuinely think, no, we get to kill you. But you trying to do it to us in the same exact way? How dare you, dear sir? Well, then maybe we shouldn't have killed their top guy. So anyways, that's point one. Point two is, Wolf, you wanna ask him a follow-up question? Hey, wait, John, didn't you just tell my colleague Jake Tapper just a couple of weeks ago that you like killing foreign leaders? So wouldn't this make sense that they tried to kill you? I mean, you bragged about doing coup d'etats. You know what happens in coups? You murder the guy in charge.
Yeah,
so
you overthrow democratically elected leaders. to serve US business interests. This country, with the help of the FBI, by the way, has a long history of doing that. And that leads to enemies, that leads to hostility toward the United States and its government. This isn't rocket science. So look, what Cenk said is correct, right? We don't want anyone to be assassinated. We don't want anyone to get hurt. But actions have consequences. And for far too long, I think the US government has been under the assumption that they can go around the world doing whatever they want without any hostility or consequences or calls for retaliation in return.
Yeah, John Bolton said, quote, "I think it's quite correct to say many other Americans are the targets of this regime." No, that's not at all correct. You were the only target. And then he
Pompeo
says-
too.
That's right. Two high-level officials involved in security, just like the guy that you guys targeted, that you guys killed. Okay, so he says it tells you what the regime is. It tells you about its character. Okay, that's fair on Iran. It does tell you a little bit about their character and who they are. What does it say about us? Because we didn't only try to do that to them, we actually did do it. We actually did kill the guy. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.